First up tonight, telecom giant MTN says it is taking measures including the deployment of mobile registration officers to institutions, markets, amongst others, to decongest its registration centers across the country. The ongoing SIM card registration exercise has been frustrating for the public, characterized by long winding queues and congestion at various centers. Persons subjecting themselves to the process over the last couple of months have expressed grave concerns about the undue delays and the cumbersome nature of the exercise. They have demanded that telcos find innovative ways to ease the data collection process. We will begin with this report by Manuel Kranting.
Long queues, wobbling legs, and exhausted customers. The typical scenes at the many mobile operator outlets across the country on Thursday. This has been the trend since the new year started, as subscribers race against time to meet the National Communications Authority's March 31 deadline for the re-registration of all SIM cards using only the Ghana card. The queues, which start forming as early as 5 a.m., will just not move.
Today you're able to do it. Maybe definitely we will stop. You won't do it. We'll go to space and then do our normal calls as during that time we do it. Because if we see how the service is not working, we are supposed to go to work today, but because of the SIM registration, we are here, we've left everything in the house. You see, it's going against us.
I came here yesterday around 6. I couldn't do it because after being through the line, they told me that I have to do some linking, and because I've done the linking yesterday, I cannot do it yesterday now, so I have to come next day. Yeah. It's today that I came back, they said there's no network, so we are still there.
What time did you get here today?
I get here around 7. Yesterday I didn't go work, today I didn't go work. If I'm not able to do it today, that means tomorrow I have to come back again. You see, that means I've wasted all my strength.
I asala na amusi weni yellow.
We have been in this queue for so long, and they say the network is down. We have left our work and we are here. If we leave, we may not return. We were here.
Because what Jawa Juma and say Neno Udi register Usimno. Sir Usa Kobio my be chance.
At the Ring Road office of MTN, the wait had almost become a punishment. The legs of 66-year-old Auntie Emilia could not hold any longer. She finally sat on the bare floor after waiting several hours without progress.
We have been here from 6 a.m. We have been in this queue since then. And they keep telling us the same thing. They say we can leave if we can't wait. The only problem is that no one can do it in our stead. So we have to come ourselves. This is so frustrating.
The picture was not so different at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle branch of Vodafone. The queues were similarly long, with some of the customers threatening to abandon the process altogether.
The line, even the queue is not going. And so for me, I want to go home. I want to come later on, maybe next month. Because for me, I've already done the process on my phone. It's left with the caption of the fingers, and look at the queue.
Meanwhile, there are growing calls for the National Communications Authority to roll out more flexible alternatives to facilitate the adherence to the directive.
Traveled where I went. How they did it was that there was some people who comes to do it for you at home. I think if they do it that way, it will be a little better than all of us coming to join here. They can even send some of the agents to go to houses to do it for them. I think that one will be best.
Though the officials at the outlets will not go on record with the news team, they cite the unresponsiveness of the registration platform for the undue delay in the process. Manuel Kranting, JoyNews, Accra.
We can hear from MTN's General Manager in charge of regional sales and distribution for Southern Ghana, Abubakar Mohammed, who says the telco has adopted strategies to re-register several millions of its customers.
But to decongest, we will have almost 200 community activations happening across the country. At the same time, we will have the mobile teams that will also be going through the institutions to support them with the re-registration exercise. We also have in plan to increase our devices in trade to support the activations. So all these put together, we believe we'll be able to decongest our service centers and also help customers. We're key to also support with the decongestion is for the customers to initiate and do the first leg, which is the *404#, where they will do the self-service to link their Kanaka details to their registration details to generate the unique code. Most often they go to the service centers without that. So the agent would now then start the first process, which will require some time before then start the biocapture, which also takes some time. So we will encourage our customers to first of all do the first leg, which is the self-service by linking their Ghana card to their numbers. Then later they can go ahead and go to any of our touch points to complete the process by doing their biocapture. We hope this will help us going forward to decongest. Customers don't need to go to our service centers. We have the LRS as outlined. They are almost 268 across, and we are continuing to deploy more where they can. Anywhere they see the SIM registration banner hang, they can walk in there and have their bio details captured.
All right, let's bring in Apia Kusiadumako, who is a competition economist and country coordinator of CAST International. Happy New Year to you. Great to have you on our program this holiday. Your thoughts on the chaos we have seen at the various registration centers?
We expected this thing to happen from the onset of the registration because of the numbers that we have, and also the time frame that has been given for the registration process to commence and end. But having had this flat start, I think it wouldn't be bad for the National Communications Authority and the Ministry of Communication and the telecom operator to sit down and review the first main week of operation and then look at how to resolve these things, because we find ourselves in the pandemic era and getting people queuing next to each other like bumper to bumper queuing is not the best for the era in which we find ourselves. And number two, having to register your phone should not take you a full day, because we do not the MTN registration center. You earn your income at the place that you work. So if there's any place for you to spend 8 hours or 10 hours there, then that should be the place that you work and you earn your daily bread. And I'm also thinking that, few suggestions that I would like to also bring about. The first one is that the community registration is a must, that MTN needs to start deploying the registration desks at the various communities. And they have the data with regards to which communities that they have their numbers. And I think the mentioning of MTN will be the player that its name will be mentioned regularly in the midst of this chaos, because MTN has the teaming numbers. I'm not sure other providers are facing similar chaotic situations like MTN is facing. And I think MTN, it is just that the demand exceeds the supply of its capacity at the registration desks. Also, if you look at the lessons from the COVID-19 vaccine, we've seen the health officials also coming to places of worship. So they come to churches to come and give people vaccines. And I think that they can also use the religious places of worship, the mosques, and workplaces. You go to schools, you go to universities, you are there for 2 weeks, you can register more than 30,000 students there. Instead of trying to get let registration center be at the MTN office, no, because when you are selling a SIM card, SIM cards are not sold at the MTN office only; they are sold at the various outlets. And of course, this registration is also a security registration. So we want to be sure that those who are doing the registration also understand the essence of registration without compromising on the process. Because if bad guys are able to find their way through to register SIM cards that do not belong to the ID, that will be bad. And I know that proxy registration or electronic registration will not suffice with regards to this, because they need to capture your biometric data, and your biometric data cannot be captured remotely. And so for this reason, we need to, subscribers need to be there in person. And I also want to say that the duration is also quite short, because we have a lot of people there. NCA data talk about 30 million subscribers of mobile phones. And if we really want to resolve it and solve it correctly, I think that we can look at doing it for June.
Okay.
That will mean that the registration can be in phases, so that they start in Accra, they finish, they go to other regions. In that way, to be better than trying to use a short duration.
All right. So you support an extension, and you talk about MTN and the other telcos having to deploy officers to various places, which we've heard MTN say they are going to do. There's another point you talk about, the proxy registration issues, and I guess that's the difficulty people have, is why they have to go to the telcos again to do this if it defeats the purpose. If we say we want to do things digitally, what happened to technology? That's the question people are asking.
It's true. Some phase of the registration can be done online or over your phone using the USSD prompt. But when it comes to capturing of your finger, your biometric data, you cannot do it yourself. And so they need to see you and see your Ghana card, and then be able to ensure that the data that they are collecting is representative of the person whose whose phone is being registered. For me also, my only concern is that in this country, I think we are over biometric everything. It appears that our biometric data is everywhere, which if we don't take care and there's a data breach, that will also lead to a lot of things. I don't see why in registering your phone, your biometric data also needs to be already. You are using Ghana card, and your Ghana card is biometric data. So I don't know why still the NCA and the Ministry of Communication are still insisting that we need your biometric record for the phone. I think it's too much. SNET is taking biometric, DVL is taking, Electoral Commission, so many places. I think it's too much, and it's also a cost to our data storage and our data architecture.
All right.